Hello there, and welcome to Rich Lieberman and my YouTube show. In the industry, particularly in the Bay Area, it is common knowledge that Dan Ashley, who's the 30 plus years anchor at KGO TV, ABC7, he's a good guy, well liked, very well respected, admired. You don't hang out at one station for over 30 years unless you're very talented. Dan Ashley is very talented. Um, Here's the deal, though, and I'm going to give you some insight. I've talked about this and written about this on the 415 Media blog, but now I'm going to speak about it because it's come to my attention once again. So, Dan Ashley has not formally signed an extension. I say formally, he's working on his old deal. And he ain't going anywhere, at least for now, at Disney owned Channel 7, KGO TV in San Francisco, there on the Embarcadero. He's working on his old deal, but there's been rumors and mucho speculation about his future. And as I've alluded to, and it's common knowledge in the business, especially here in the Bay Area, that they don't pay, do the TV networks and the TV companies and the broadcast companies, they don't pay what they used to pay. And while everybody makes a really good salary, particularly these star anchors, and there's a few left, they're not paying what they used to pay, particularly companies like Disney, which not so long ago even put out word that they were trying to sell their TV stations, including KGO in the Bay Area. But there's cuts coming, lots of cuts, including, if you read some of the industry trades, Paramount, which is owned by CBS, or the other way around. Viacom owns Paramount, which owns CBS, and there's lots of cuts coming to CBS. Some of those cuts will be taking place shortly. But back to Dan Ashley at KGO. So yeah, they're not paying what they used to pay. And in the old days, when we didn't have as many alternatives, when the internet was about, yes, it was, but we still didn't have streaming. We didn't have all these other secondary networks and stations, etc. The pay was relatively good and very, very, very large, generous. But nowadays, they are not paying what they used to pay. Still comfortable, still very nice, still very generous, but not what they used to. So Ashley, who has over 30 years at KGO, has still not formally, I say, signed his deal, his extension. So he's getting pretty much what he used to get in the $500,000 range. That's a lot of money. But the amount of shows that he does, which sometimes at least 4 news shows, sometimes 5. In any event, with all the rumor and speculation about Dan Ashley's future at KGO, and I've even said I would not be surprised if he were to take a buyout offer from Disney and ABC, which is Disney, and take off, just retire and enjoy his new marriage, which he was married to this woman in his life a couple of years ago, lives in Walnut Creek, and is enjoying a preeminent status as one of the leading Bay Area news anchors. But, he still is broadcasting at Circle 7, still anchoring, and still doing a pretty good job. But here's what I want to talk to you today about, and that is, even with all his foundational stuff at KGO and widely regarded as a nice guy, and he likes everybody, very nice, always has a smile on his face, and it's not phony, it's real, believe me. Who does he not really care for? and behind the scenes is quite suspicious of. Literally, a guy by the name of Larry Beil. Larry Beil, who has a good amount of time at KGO. But a lot of people don't like Larry Beil. Now, Larry Beil does sports anchor, but he also does news. And he is and was breathing down Dan Ashley's back and made it known through management at KGO and Disney that he would love Dan Ashley's gig if Dan Ashley were to leave or be let go or get offered a golden parachute, like a lot of these qualified people are being offered today to shed salary. But Larry Beil didn't do it and give the courtesy to Dan Ashley and let him know that. He has this sleazy side. How do I know that? Let me tell you a little story. Larry Beil came here about almost 30 years ago himself from ESPN. And he worked at KTVU. And there was this guy named Mark Ibanez. And Mark was enjoying his status at KTVU when one day Larry Beil went behind Mark Ibanez's back, went into the office of celebrated general manager, TV veteran Kevin O'Brien. I know this firsthand. I'm telling you this. And he went to Kevin O'Brien and said, Kevin O'Brien, I'm a hotshot. In so many words. That's what he told Kevin O'Brien. I want to be the number one guy, sports guy, here at Channel 2. Larry. Kevin O'Brien said, we got a guy already. His name is Mark Ibanez. And Larry Beil said, well, yeah, I know that. And Kevin O'Brien basically told him to go shove it. In so many words, said, look, man, if you're looking for the number one gig, that's great. It's just not going to happen here while Mark is here. So he basically went behind Mark. Not basically, he did. He went behind Mark Ibanez's back. Tried to get the gig at KGO. And Kevin O'Brien, again, told him to go shove it where the sun don't shine. Yeah. So I'm not surprised, and I've been reporting this many a times now, that Larry Beil, he even told people at Channel 7 that he didn't come from Hawaii to the Bay Area where he used to work early on in his career. He didn't come from Hawaii to be a number two fiddle. Same thing's happening at KGO. What he tried to do at Channel 2, he's basically tried to do at KGO 7, which is why, thus, Dan Ashley cannot stand Larry Beil. Everybody knows it, and now you know it. Now, and the moral to the story is, nice guy is Dan Ashley. Doesn't really like or care for Larry Beil. One time I mentioned some sage Circle 7 staffer, not somebody on the air, but somebody who worked behind the scenes, long tenure, about the idea of putting Larry Beil on the desk with Dan Ashley every now and then, to which it was told to me, oh no, Dan Ashley doesn't care for the guy. He really doesn't like the guy. Now, professional that he is, he'll work with him and he'll do a show and he'll give a smile and understand that he's a professional, which he is. In fact, Larry Beil is a professional, does a good job. But when you hear about stories like that, about literally going behind somebody's back, somebody very respected and, again, admired, very well liked, it shows you the kind of person that Larry Beil is. So I wanted to touch base with you on that. One other thing has nothing to do with television. There is a report that the Hungarian billionaire, George Soros, very, very, very left of center, almost some people say radical. Anyway, he supposedly is trying to buy Odyssey, the company that owns KCBS. They own 95.7 The Game here in the Bay Area. They own 200 plus radio stations, and they recently went bankrupt. So Odyssey might be purchased by George Soros. Kind of a tough kind of a guy, not just for his politics, but again, nothing's formal yet. It's just that's the heavy duty rumor in the trades. We'll talk about that more in a future broadcast. Couple of things. I want to thank Platinum member Nick and Steve Shower down in San Jose, the great disc jockey, for helping me out and being a massive contributor to this site. I need contributions to give you the kind of scoops and information and occasional opinion that I give you here that you seem to enjoy and look forward to every time you come and watch me, Rich Lieberman, the Bay Area, San Francisco media blogger and observer. In due time, I will have a major announcement regarding future blogs, written blogs, which a lot of you want me to bring back. I'll talk about that. And again, probably later it's already Thursday, but I'm going to try to talk about this in a couple of days on the future of the written blog. Okay. So for now, thanks for watching. Please contribute to my site, which enables me to continue to broadcast and to give you the information and the inside dope. Again, that's the reason why you come here, right? Okay, great. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.